Welcome to Chef Hour News, and thank you for tuning in. Before we get started, I wanted to take a moment to address something directly. I owe everyone an apology for not doing a live Chef Hour show recently. Due to some personal matters that were outside of my control, I wasn't able to be live the way I normally am. Instead of forcing something that didn't feel right, I decided to step back and bring back something familiar, but reimagined. Chef Hour News isn't brand new. It's actually something I played with about 5 years ago, and like any good dish, sometimes you revisit it, refine it, and play it differently once you've gained more experience. This is Chef Hour News, revamped. Same foundation, better technique, cleaner execution. The idea is to branch off the news portion of Chef Hour Radio into its own dedicated space, where we focus specifically on culinary news, industry updates, New Jersey stories, food safety, and what's impacting chefs and operators right now. And to keep Chef Hour Radio exactly what it's meant to be: fun, entertaining, interactive, and personality driven. Think of it like this: Chef Hour Radio is the dining room. Chef Hour News is the prep table. 2 lanes, 1 kitchen. So today on Chef Hour News, we're talking about what's happening in the food industry, infrastructure issues affecting hospitality workers here in New Jersey, active food recalls, and how people in this business can find peace without walking away from the work. And I really want to hear from you. What do you think of this refreshed version of Chef Hour News? Does this feel like a format worth keeping? Let me know down in the comments. Let me know, because this show has always been built with the industry, not just for it. Let's get into the stories shaping kitchens right now. Across the country, the food industry in 2026 is tightening. Even higher income diners are trading down, ordering fewer extras, watching pricing closely, and focusing on value, while still expecting quality and consistency. At the same time, operators are dealing with more than a staffing shortage. What's emerging is a workforce engagement crisis, driven by burnout and mental fatigue, not just headcount. Brands that are holding steady right now aren't chasing trends. They're leaning into comfort food, limited time familiarity, and emotional connection. Food that feels safe, intentional, and reliable. The takeaway is simple. People aren't buying excitement, they're buying relief. Now to New Jersey, and this one directly affects hospitality workers. Amtrak and New Jersey Transit have begun the Portal North Bridge cutover, part of replacing the 115-year-old Portal Bridge over the Hackensack River. During this phase, rail service between Newark and Secaucus is operating on a single track, reducing peak service significantly, with free routes to Hoboken and longer commute times expected through mid-March. NJ Transit is even encouraging riders to work remotely if possible, which underscores how disruptive this period is. For restaurants, hotels, and food service operators, this means later arrivals, more callouts, and higher stress. This is a moment where flexibility, communication, and patience matter more than perfect schedules. Even during disruption, food still connects people. One highlight this week is the Food Love Home cooking demonstration at JBJ Soul Kitchen in Toms River, supporting community food assets and housing initiatives. Across the state, winter food events continue to lean into comfort, chili cook-offs, mac and cheese festivals, and hands-on cooking classes focused on simple, grounding food. In times like these, that connection matters. Chef Hour News will be back after a word from our sponsors.
Summer's coming. Get your pool ready with JPS Pool and Spa Services, your go-to experts for pool and spa repairs. From pumps to automation, JPS keeps everything running perfectly. They're factory authorized for major brands and handle commercial properties. Call JPS Pool and Spa Services today or visit jpspoolandspaservices.com.
Every story deserves a stage, and Rebel Chef Productions is rewriting the rules of entertainment. As the creative force behind Chef Hour Radio, we don't just share culinary moments, we're breaking every boundary in how stories are told. Bold, fearless, and unforgettable, our productions bring creativity to life across food, culture, and beyond. Tune in, join the movement, and discover more at rebelchefproductions.com. Rebel Chef Productions, breaking every boundary.
Finding peace in a grinding industry. Let's talk honestly for a moment. Peace in the industry doesn't mean quitting, and it doesn't mean loving every service. Peace comes from control, systems, and perspective. Burnout isn't always caused by volume, it's caused by chaos, constant emergencies, carrying everything yourself with no place to put it down. But finding peace also means understanding this truth. Your life cannot exist only inside the kitchen. This work demands a lot, but it cannot be the only thing that defines you. Peace can come from nature, getting outside, stepping away from stainless steel and ticket printers, letting your mind breathe for a few minutes. Peace can come from faith, church, prayer, reflection, or simply believing that your worth is bigger than tonight's service. Peace can come from hobbies, music, cooking for yourself instead of others, fixing something with your hands, or doing something that has nothing to do with food at all. Peace can come from thinking. Quiet time without noise, without orders, without urgency. And peace can come from people, sitting with friends, laughing, being human, remembering that you're more than your title. Inside the kitchen, peace comes from systems. Outside the kitchen, peace comes from balance. One simplified menu item can buy breathing room. One protected block of personal time can change your entire week. One conversation outside of work can remind you why you started in the first place. You are not weak for needing rest. You are not less committed for stepping away. You are a professional for protecting your edge, and human for protecting your life. Now to food safety. This is non-negotiable. Wesley Farms Atlantic Salmon, sold at BJ's Wholesale Club locations including New Jersey, has been recalled due to potential Listeria contamination. Single-serve peanut butter packets, commonly used in schools and institutional food services, have been recalled after plastic fragments were discovered during manufacturing. The USDA has also issued a Class 1 recall on ground beef due to potential E. coli 0145 contamination. Operators should check their inventory, verify lot codes, document disposal, and make sure teams are informed, not just management. On the consumer end, you can check the USDA website for lot codes for any food recalls that have been announced on there. This week's recipe is braised chicken thighs with garlic, white beans, and rosemary, a dish built for real life. It's affordable, it's forgiving, and it rewards patience instead of speed. This is the kind of food that reminds you that not everything needs to be rushed. Why does this dish work? Chicken thighs are inexpensive, flavorful, and hard to overcook. White beans add body, comfort, and protein without extra cost. Garlic and rosemary bring depth without complexity. Braising creates richness using time, not stress. This dish scales easily one pan at home or a hotel pan and service, and it only gets better as it sits. This recipe serves 4 to 6 people. The recipe includes 6 bone-in, skin-on chicken thighs, salt and black pepper to taste, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 1 large onion sliced, 6 to 8 garlic cloves lightly smashed, 1 tablespoon of fresh rosemary or 1 teaspoon of dry rosemary, 1 teaspoon of red pepper flakes, which is optional, 1 cup of white wine or chicken stock, 2 cans of cannellini or Great Northern beans drained and rinsed, 1 to 2 cups of chicken stock as needed. Lemon zest or juice is optional finish. So you start by seasoning the chicken thighs, generously with salt and pepper. Don't rush this, seasoning early matters. Let that marinate for a couple hours. Heat a wide, heavy pan over medium heat and add olive oil. Place the chicken skin side down and let it render slowly until the skin is golden and crisp. Resist the urge to move it. This step builds the foundation. Once the chicken is browned, remove it from the pan and set it aside. In the same pan, add the sliced onions and garlic. Lower the heat slightly and let them soften and pick up the flavor from the pan. Add rosemary and red pepper flakes, stirring gently. Deglaze with my favorite white wine, or you can use chicken stock, scraping up everything stuck to the bottom. This is where the flavor lives. Add the beans and enough stock to create a loose stew-like consistency. Nestle the chicken back into the pan, skin side up. Cover partially and let it braise gently for 35 to 45 minutes until the chicken is tender and the beans are infused with flavor. Finish with a touch of lemon zest or juice if desired. How can you serve this? With the crusty bread or grilled sourdough, over polenta or mashed potatoes, with roasted greens or a simple bitter salad. This dish does not need garnish. It needs time and someone willing to slow down enough to enjoy it. As we wrap up today, I want to take a moment to speak directly to the people behind the work. This industry asks a lot of you. Long hours, constant pressure, decisions that matter, often with very little margin for error. And yet, you still show up. You still feed people. You still lead teams, solve problems, and keep moving forward even when it's heavy. That's why Chef Hour News exists. Not just to report headlines, but to give context to the work you're doing every day, to connect the news to the reality of kitchens, businesses, and lives behind the stove. Good ideas don't disappear, they wait. Sometimes they need time, experience, and perspective before they're ready to be served again. Chef Hour News is one of those ideas, brought back, reworked, and plated with more purpose because the industry deserves coverage that understands it. If no one's told you lately, the work you do matters. And taking care of yourself is not a weakness. It's how you stay in the game. Thank you for spending part of that day with us. Thank you for the work you do. And thank you for being part of this industry. Covering the stories behind the stove, this is Chef Hour News.